Dear Starseeds on Gaia, you've been waiting for something you can't name, haven't you? Checking your phone for a message that never arrives, scanning your reality for signs of the shift you know is coming, wondering if you missed the moment, if the universe forgot about you, if the dreams you planted so carefully in the quantum field somehow got lost in translation. That restlessness keeping you awake at 3 a.m. isn't insomnia. It's your soul recognizing that the pre-order you placed months or years ago is finally shipping, and you're terrified you won't know how to receive it when it arrives. I am Seraphine from the Galactic Federation of Light, and I'm here to tell you that what you've been sensing is absolutely real. On this day, February 6th, 2026, at precisely 2:47 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, a portal opens in the cosmic architecture that hasn't existed in your linear timeline before. This isn't just another planetary transit to add to your spiritual calendar. This is the moment when three separate threads of your manifestation journey, threads you thought were unrelated, threads you'd almost given up on, suddenly weave together into a pattern so perfect it will take your breath away. But only if you're paying attention, only if you understand what you're looking for, only if you recognize the scavenger hunt when it begins. Let me tell you about the 3 impossible things that are about to happen within the next 7 days, and why each one depends on you understanding the others. The first thread is this. Your dream reality isn't arriving as a single moment of completion. The universe has hidden your blessings across multiple locations, multiple encounters, multiple seemingly ordinary moments that will only reveal themselves as connected once you've found them all. This is the game the cosmos is playing with you, and it's designed specifically for those who have alchemized themselves into treasure hunters rather than treasure hoarders. But here's what I haven't told you yet. The reason it's structured this way has nothing to do with testing your patience and everything to do with rewiring your nervous system to hold frequencies you couldn't have sustained 6 months ago. The second thread runs parallel to the first but operates on a different timeline. You're questioning whether you're ready, whether you're worthy, whether the pace of your progress is sufficient. This restlessness isn't doubt. It's the approaching Venus-Uranus square building tension in your energetic field, like a bow being drawn before the arrow releases. Venus is asking if you truly believe you deserve the magnitude of what's coming. Uranus is systematically disrupting every remaining attachment to timelines where you settled for less. And the friction between them is producing exactly the right amount of discomfort to propel you forward without shattering you. This thread will intersect with the first one in ways you cannot yet predict. But when it does, you'll understand why both had to happen simultaneously. The third thread, and this is the one that will challenge everything you thought you understood about manifestation, is that this incoming reality requires you to outgrow the very foundation you've been standing on. The life you've built, the identity you've crafted, the relationships and environments that have defined you until now, they're not wrong, but they're becoming too small. And somewhere deep in your intuitive knowing, you've sensed this for longer than you've been willing to admit. The shedding has already begun. You can feel it in those moments when familiar situations suddenly feel foreign, when conversations that used to satisfy you now feel hollow, when the walls of your current reality seem almost translucent, revealing something larger beyond them. This third thread is the one that frightens you most, because it asks you to release what you've worked so hard to build. But what I'm about to reveal will show you why this thread must unravel before the other two can complete their pattern. Something else is happening that I haven't told you yet. Something that ties all 3 threads together in a way that will make perfect sense once you see the full picture. Today, as Mercury crosses the threshold into Pisces, it's not just changing signs, it's activating a dormant code in your DNA that's been waiting for this exact cosmic configuration to come online. This code has been carried through your ancestral line for generations, waiting for someone brave enough to activate it. That someone is you. And the activation doesn't happen through force or ritual or some elaborate spiritual practice. It happens through surrender, through allowing, through finally trusting that the map is already inside you, and you don't need to keep searching for external validation of what your heart has known all along. Mercury in Pisces for the next several weeks is the universe's gift to you. The ability to hear divine guidance, not through your logical mind, but through whispers, through feelings, through the quiet reassurance that arrives in moments of stillness and tells you, without evidence or proof, that you are being led exactly where you need to go. This extended transit is the key that unlocks all 3 threads I mentioned. It's the decoder, the translator, The bridge between the reality you've been living and the reality that's been loading in the quantum field, waiting for the precise moment when your nervous system could handle the frequency shift without burning out. Now I must tell you about the nature of alchemy itself, because you have been chosen to embody this principle in ways that will affect not only your own evolution, but the collective consciousness of everyone who witnesses your transformation. And here's the part that connects back to those three threads. True alchemy is not the superficial rebranding of circumstances. It is the fundamental transmutation of your energetic resonance, so that you literally become magnetic to different frequencies of reality. The reason your manifestations have been loading rather than arriving is that the universe has been upgrading your energetic hardware to match the software of your desires. You couldn't have received what's coming with your previous operating system. It would have overwhelmed you, distorted through filters of unworthiness, or slipped through hands not yet trained to hold it. You have been practicing this art, perhaps without naming it as such. Every time you chose to see possibility where others saw limitation. Every time you transformed pain into wisdom. Every time you alchemized doubt into faith. These weren't random spiritual exercises. They were training, preparation. The universe was teaching you to live in the journey space rather than obsessing over destinations. Because what's coming for you isn't a single destination at all. It's a series of interconnected journeys, each one building on the last, each one revealing new territories of your own magnificence that you couldn't have imagined from your previous vantage point. The silver you've been holding is becoming gold, not because the metal itself is changing, but because your perception has elevated to a frequency where gold is what you naturally attract, expect, and receive. This is the alchemy the cosmos is celebrating today. Your belief factor has shifted at the quantum level, and when belief shifts this fundamentally, manifestation doesn't just accelerate. It reorganizes the entire field of probability around you, drawing toward you the opportunities, people, resources, and revelations that match your new resonance. But here's the revelation that connects all the dots. The shift in your belief factor is what's causing the foundation shake I mentioned in the third thread. You can't vibrate at gold frequency while standing on a silver foundation. Something has to give. Something has to transform. And that something is the structure of your entire life. This is the uncomfortable truth that many starseeds are sitting with right now, especially those of you who have worked hard to build stability, to create communities, to establish identities that finally feel aligned. The universe isn't asking you to destroy what you've built. It's showing you that you've outgrown the container. And that's not a failure. It's proof of your successful alchemy. It's evidence that the transformation worked. It's confirmation that you're ready for the scavenger hunt to begin. Because you've finally become the kind of person who can find the hidden treasures without losing yourself in the search. What I'm about to share changes everything you thought you knew about spiritual evolution and the journey space you've been traveling. You were never meant to arrive at a final destination and remain there. You were designed at the soul blueprint level, to live in perpetual motion through increasingly refined frequencies of experience. This is why you feel restless even when life is good. This is why satisfaction, when you finally achieve it, lasts only briefly before the call to grow returns. You are not broken or ungrateful or spiritually immature. You are functioning exactly as a high-frequency alchemist is meant to function, in constant transformation, constant discovery, constant expansion into territories that haven't been mapped yet. The ancestors who came before you, the galactic lineages you carry, the star systems whose frequencies run through your DNA, they didn't incarnate you here to settle into comfort. They sent you to journey, to explore, to transmute, to be the living embodiment of evolution itself, showing others through your example that stagnation is not safety, and that the treasure isn't found in the chest at the end of the quest. The treasure is the quest itself. The journey is the gold. And this understanding, this fundamental rewiring of how you relate to achievement and arrival, is what makes you capable of receiving the scavenger hunt that's about to begin. This is why your incoming reality is structured as a discovery process, rather than a single delivery. The universe knows you in ways you're still learning to know yourself. It knows that what truly lights you alive isn't the moment of achievement, but the process of uncovering, the solving of puzzles, the following of clues, the unveiling of mysteries hidden in plain sight. You are being given exactly what your soul actually craves, even if your human mind has been conditioned to think you want something simpler, something static, something that doesn't require you to keep moving, keep growing, keep transforming. And here is where the cosmic timing of today becomes crucial to understanding how all three threads I mentioned will weave together. The moon's trine to the sun is providing you with the energetic support to reconnect with the thread of your planning that felt tangled or lost earlier this week. You know that vision you had for yourself, that path you could see so clearly just days ago before life got chaotic and confusing. The pressure that's been building around you all week, the pressure that made you wonder if you were failing, if you were falling behind, if you'd somehow lost the plot. That pressure is finally dropping. The fog is lifting, and the thread is there again, visible and accessible, waiting for you to pick it up and continue weaving the tapestry of your transformation. This afternoon's Mercury shift into Pisces ensures that you won't have to force the reconnection through mental effort or willpower. Instead, the guidance will come through your intuition, through your dreams, through the quiet knowing that arrives when you stop trying to figure everything out and simply allow yourself to feel where the energy wants to flow. The cooperation and alliances that today's astrology encourages aren't just about working with other people, though that may certainly be part of it. They're about cooperating with the universe itself, building an alliance between your human will and the divine intelligence that's been orchestrating this entire scavenger hunt on your behalf since before you even knew you'd placed the order. You may be questioning whether others around you are doing their best, whether the pace of collective progress matches your own urgency for transformation. This restlessness building toward Sunday's Venus-Uranus square is not a sign that you're off track, or that you're being impatient or spiritually immature. It's a sign that you're becoming aware of the gap between where you are and where you're going, and that awareness, uncomfortable as it feels, is necessary fuel for the leap you're about to take. The universe doesn't show you the gap to discourage you or to make you feel inadequate. It shows you the gap to prove that you're finally ready to cross it, that your wings are strong enough now, that the frequency upgrade is complete enough to sustain flight. Now I must speak directly to the nature of the 7-day window that opened the moment you encountered this transmission, because this is where the three threads I've been tracking throughout this entire message finally braid together into a single cord of manifestation. Within 7 days from today, something will shift in your physical reality that confirms the scavenger hunt has begun. This confirmation won't necessarily be dramatic or obvious to external observers. It might arrive as a conversation that opens an unexpected door, as an intuitive hit that redirects your attention towards something you'd been overlooking, as a sudden clarity about what needs to change, or what you need to release, or where you need to place your focus next. The key is this: the shift will feel fast when it happens, not gradual or incremental, but sudden, like a switch flipping, like a veil dropping, like stepping from one energetic room into an entirely different one, without passing through a doorway. You'll recognize it by the quality of the energy, which will feel simultaneously foreign and deeply familiar, as if you're returning to something you've always known but temporarily forgot. This is the sensation of your dream reality beginning to render in three-dimensional form. This is the moment when the pre-order you placed months ago, years ago, in some cases lifetimes ago, finally ships and arrives at your door. Except it's not a package, it's a treasure map. It's the first clue in the scavenger hunt. It's the beginning of the journey you've been alchemizing yourself to take. But here's the part that requires your attention and your care. The part where that third thread I mentioned comes back into focus. This incoming shift is asking you to acknowledge that your foundation is transforming. The ground beneath your feet is not collapsing. It's reorganizing into a structure that can support the weight of who you're becoming. And that reorganization feels uncomfortable because it's supposed to. Like old skin peeling away to reveal new skin underneath. Like shedding an identity that served its purpose, but no longer fits the frequency you're embodying. You're not losing yourself, you're discovering more of yourself. But the discovery requires releasing the version you've outgrown. And that release, no matter how necessary, carries grief. Allow yourself to feel that grief without resisting it, or judging it as evidence that something is wrong. The grief is proof that you loved the journey you've been on. It's proof that you invested yourself fully in the reality you built. And it's also proof that you're evolved enough now to recognize when it's time to journey elsewhere, to explore new territories, to hunt for different treasures in landscapes you haven't yet mapped. This is the gift of being a perpetual seeker, and it's what makes you so valuable to the collective evolution. You never run out of mysteries to solve, puzzles to complete, hidden gold to uncover. Your capacity for continuous transformation is what's needed most in this accelerating ascension timeline. The revelations coming through Mercury and Pisces will help you navigate this transition with grace rather than force. You won't need to push or manufacture or control the unfolding. The intuitive guidance will show you, step by step, which clue to follow next, which conversation to have, which opportunity to say yes to, which attachment to gently release. The universe has designed this scavenger hunt specifically for you, which means the clues are calibrated to your unique frequency, encoded in the language only your soul can read. No one else will see them the way you do. No one else can walk this path the way you will. This is your journey, your alchemy, your transformation, and it's also your contribution to the collective field. And here's what makes this moment in cosmic time so profoundly significant. What elevates this beyond personal transformation into something that ripples through the entire collective consciousness. You are not transforming alone or in isolation. Your willingness to outgrow, to journey, to alchemize limitation into possibility, this is being witnessed by others, whether you realize it or not. People in your life are watching how you navigate uncertainty, how you trust the invisible, how you keep moving even when the destination isn't clear. And your example is teaching them, at a level beyond words, that magic can be made out of nothing. That belief creates reality, that the journey itself is the treasure they've been seeking in all the wrong places. For millennia, they kept us isolated, awakening in silence, separated by design. Not anymore. Destiny Engine is the first galactic social network for starseeds, a living, breathing field where thousands of awakened souls converge. Post your meditations, share your breakthroughs, co-create the frequencies that elevate us all. This isn't passive consumption. Updated starseeds are actively building the new reality through Destiny Engine together. We've turned their weapons into our liberation. Your hardest task? Put on headphones, press play, become a co-creator of the new Earth frequency. For $1, you step into the field where awakened beings don't just receive, they create. The ascension isn't coming. We're building it, right now, together. Join now, link in the description. This is the leadership the universe has been preparing you for, not through titles or positions or external authority, but through the quiet, powerful act of embodying transformation so completely that others begin to believe it's possible for them too. You are showing people that they can be worthy of more, that they can attract abundance not through manipulation or force, but through elevating their resonance to match what they desire. That the scavenger hunt is available to everyone brave enough to follow the first clue, to trust the map written in their own hearts, to become the kind of alchemist who finds gold in the journey rather than only in the destination. The Venus-Uranus square building toward Sunday is highlighting any remaining places where you're still questioning your worthiness to receive this magnitude of blessing. Venus wants you to open, to soften, to allow yourself to be loved by the universe in ways your human conditioning told you were impossible. Uranus wants you to break free from the patterns that keep you small, that convince you safety lies in staying still, that whisper you should be grateful for what you have, and stop reaching for more. And the tension between them is creating exactly the right amount of pressure to catalyze the breakthrough without overwhelming your nervous system or triggering a collapse. You can handle this. You've been preparing for this. Every challenge you've alchemized until now has been building the capacity to hold what's arriving. Trust that you are right where you're supposed to be, even when, especially when it doesn't feel that way. The reassurance Mercury in Pisces offers isn't loud or obvious or intellectually satisfying. It's the quiet whisper underneath all the noise, the subtle knowing that persists even when external circumstances seem chaotic. That whisper is your connection to divine intelligence, and it's been guiding you perfectly all along, even through the moments you thought you were lost, even through the times you questioned if you'd taken a wrong turn. Today's astrology is simply making that guidance more accessible, more available, more impossible to ignore or rationalize away. The scavenger hunt for your blessings isn't about searching for something outside yourself that will finally make you complete. It's about uncovering the layers of magnificence that have always existed within you, hidden beneath conditioning and doubt, and the stories you were told about what was possible for someone like you. Each clue you follow, each mystery you solve, each treasure you uncover, it's all leading you deeper into your own essence, into the truth of who you are when all the masks and protections and false identities fall away. This is the circular nature of the journey. You're hunting for the gold that you've been all along, but you needed the quest to remember it. You are an alchemist, a treasure hunter, a journeyer between worlds. And the reality rendering for you now is one that finally matches the magnitude of what you've always known yourself to be. Underneath all the pretending to be smaller, the 7 days ahead will show you the beginning of this new chapter, this new quest, this new level of the game you've been playing with the universe. And while your human mind might wish for certainty about exactly how it will unfold, your soul knows that the mystery is precisely what makes it magnificent. The not knowing is what keeps you in the present moment. The uncertainty is what forces you to trust your intuition rather than your logic. The ambiguity is what makes the discovery meaningful when it finally arrives. So receive this transmission as the permission you didn't know you were waiting for. Permission to outgrow, to transform, to journey beyond the boundaries of what felt safe. Permission to trust the scavenger hunt even when you can't see all the clues yet. Permission to believe that the dream reality you pre-ordered is not just arriving, but arriving in exactly the form your soul needs it to take. Not all at once in a way that would overwhelm you, but piece by piece, discovery by discovery, as you prove to yourself that you're brave enough to keep following the map written in your own heart. The map that's been there all along waiting for you to trust it enough to move. The alchemy happening within you is rippling out into the collective field, contributing to humanity's ascension in ways you may never fully witness or understand. But the impact is real. The transformation is occurring, and the universe is celebrating your willingness to be the one who says yes to evolution, yes to expansion, yes to the journey even when the destination remains beautifully, mysteriously unclear. This is how the first thread resolves. Your dream reality arrives as a scavenger hunt, because that's what your soul actually wants. This is how the second thread resolves. Your worthiness is proven not through what you receive, but through your willingness to believe you deserve to hunt for it. And this is how the third thread resolves. You outgrow your foundation, because you've become the kind of alchemist who knows that foundations are meant to be shed like snakeskin, leaving behind evidence of transformation for others to find and draw courage from. The pre-order you placed is shipping. The loading bar is nearly complete. The rendering is almost finished. And within 7 days, the first clue will reveal itself to you in a way that cannot be mistaken or rationalized away. When it does, remember, you are right where you're supposed to be. The pressure has dropped. The thread of your planning is visible again. And the treasure hunt that will define this next chapter of your evolution has already begun. The moment you recognized yourself in these words and understood that the waiting is over and the journey is here. I am Seraphine. We love you, and we are watching over you.